Hello, Market Movers members, and welcome to our first Market Movers Live of the new year, TPott. Can you believe that?
2026, going to be the best year ever.
It's the first one. I mean, we're kind of late in January, so we're getting a late kickoff here, but we always do these Market Movers Lives fairly late in the month every month. That's what we typically do. So this happens to be the first one of the year.
Yep.
And it's been a strong start to the sports card year.
Very strong.
The S&P 500 index is ticking up.
Yeah.
Things that we just had a premier auction this last week at Fanatics Collect that went berserk. All these record sales.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff happening right now, it feels like. The momentum hasn't slowed.
$500,000 Nick Kurtz.
$500,000 Nick Kurtz, MLB debut patch card. A lot of people in the chat. We got Elijah Taylor. What's going on in the chat? Aaron Clark, hello to you. Happy New Year says brilliant. Terry Clark is in Florida. Hopefully nice and warm down here. A little cold up here in Atlanta tonight. We got Cardboard in the chat. Hello to you. Joel Rodriguez and many others in the chat tonight. Acme Collecting and Kept the Blep. Game Over Cards. Oh, yes, Game Over. Don't worry, Game Over. I got you in just a second. Here, Game Over. You stand tuned here. You stay tuned here.
What?
What did
I miss? Confront
Game Over wants a word with TPott. We're going to have a word with TPott in just a second.
All
We're going to have a word with TPott.
Could this be about Mr. Lawrence?
Oh. Well, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Let's get into
Let's
this,
do
ladies and
it.
gentlemen.
Let's do it. I'm ready for this.
Let me tell you what just happened,
I'm ready
TPott.
for this. Are you about to prove to everybody why I was right? Not once, but twice?
Let me explain to you what just happened, TPott.
Okay.
Let me explain to you what just happened.
Okay.
I cannot go live on Whatnot. I'm in a Whatnot live stream. I'm trying to break cards.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm trying to break cards for people on Whatnot.
Gloves are off.
And all I got is a chat full of people saying, when is TPott going to apologize for his horrific bashing of Trevor Lawrence
I have nothing,
as a no good,
I have
no
nothing to
talent
apologize
loser.
for. I have literally nothing. In fact,
there's
they
a
should be
mutiny.
apologizing to me.
I cannot even break.
They should be apologizing
There's
to
a
me.
protest in the Whatnot chat. I'm opening cards on Whatnot having nothing to do with Trevor Lawrence, and yet the chat, I got Game Over cards.
Okay.
I got
All right, let's
Shark
do this.
Sports cards.
Let's do this.
I got Rick H2.
Let's do
I got
this.
Velky and Tom, and they are all angry at you, TPott.
Okay. All right.
And
All
you
right.
know what?
Let's do this.
I happen to agree with them.
You don't even know what you're agreeing to.
I think it is time.
You don't even know what you're agreeing to.
I think it is time for you to admit
No.
that Trevor Lawrence is not the bust that you called him.
I never called him a bust.
Is not
I
the
never called him a
worst
bust.
card investment of all time.
Oh.
He's none of those things, TPott. Trevor Lawrence is good, and he's great, and he's showing it he's great, and we saw it this season, and I think you should apologize to all of these people. And all of these people right out here, these people, apologize, Teapot. Let's hear it.
All right. I knew you were good at a lot of things. I didn't know you were good at putting words into other people's mouth. That I didn't know. But now I know. And now I know that all of our loyal Whatnot rabid fans who you're afraid of losing their spend by catering and pandering to them aren't very good at listening. Yep, I said it. Because, Phil, will you pull up my screen, please? Will you pull up my screen? All right, this is Trevor Lawrence's Prism Silver, okay? It was right here in July of 2024 that I told everybody Trevor Lawrence is going to have a bad year. He had a great sophomore year. He had a slumped third year. And I said, I'm looking at the Jags schedule, and I'm looking at Vegas betting odds, and I'm looking at the year he had last year, and I'm looking at the lack of weapons around him, and I'm looking at a bum head coach. Trevor Lawrence is not going to have a good year. And do you know what happened? The Jags started out 2-10 before he got injured for the rest of the season, and here's what happened to his card. Down to $348 from where I said sell, which was around $1,000. That card went down 70%. And still, everybody who was in the comments telling me how crazy I was were circling back around. It was crickets. It was crickets. They weren't in the Whatnot streams, Jeff. Nobody was in the Whatnot streams back in December of 2024 saying, you know what? I guess Teapott was right. I guess he was right. Now, do you know what I said, Jeff? Do you know what I said in a video?
I think
do you know what I said in a video? Right about here, in the off season, I made a video and I said, I think Trevor Lawrence might be a bounce back candidate, might be a buy. I said in that video the year before, wait for his prices to come down and crater, and then watch for the bounce back to come back up. And what happened this year? The Jaguars, they flopped in the first round. They lost. They choked. But they still had a remarkable season. T-Law had a very bounce back year. He looked very good, especially in the second half of the season. And to that end, I'm happy to say, go T-Law, go Jags, Duval, whatever else they say down there. He had a good year, and I was right, not once, but twice. It's just that nobody knows how to listen or actually look at a data chart.
And TPott,
There you go.
in your bounce back prediction video, did you apologize to Trevor Lawrence and his family for calling him a bum?
I never did that.
Did you apologize for calling him the biggest draft bust of all time?
I never said
the
that.
The worst prospect in the history of the
was
NFL.
Tim Tebow.
All those things. I don't know. We'll have to go back and watch the video. We'll have to have a watching party.
Yeah.
All I know, Teapot,
I've
is
got all the
Game Over
receipts.
cards and Shark Sports cards and Rick and Velke and Tom. They're protesting. They're angry. They're angry at you, Teapot. They're angry at you.
They're probably angry when Justin
They're
Fields
angry
cards
at
went
you.
up for a month earlier this year before they went crashing
know.
back down. And
Don't know
I
about
like
any of this.
I like T-Law.
Don't know about
I
any
like
of this.
T-Law.
I think.
I have nothing against T-Law.
All right.
Yep.
Well, you weren't saying that when you called
Epic
him a bum
Dad
2
says,
years
says
ago, were you?
certified icon behavior.
All right, let's talk about players playing at the moment, Teapot. Who you got for the Super Bowl? What's going to happen in the Super Bowl?
I've got two teams that don't deserve to be there. That's what I've got. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I think the Patriots finally ran into not one, but two, but three very good defenses in these playoffs, which is why May has looked like a second-year quarterback in the playoffs. After playing, I think, all but two sub-500 teams throughout the season, which is why I think there was a pretty strong case and continues to be that Matthew Stafford is the MVP, not Drake May, who had a very good season, who looked very, very good, who looked sharp, mature. And it's the NFL, so it's not easy to go out there and win week over week, even if you're playing other teams that aren't very good. That's why there's upsets every single week. So I think May looks very promising. Patriots fans have to be thrilled with how he's looked. Throws a clean ball, seems to be reading things well. He's mobile. He's got a lot of upside. If the Patriots win, I wouldn't be surprised. Mostly because I just can't believe Sam Darnold might win a Super Bowl. I can't believe it. I saw a funny meme about Geno Smith is so bad that he left the Seahawks. They're going to the Super Bowl, and the Raiders have the number 1 overall pick. So maybe he was a problem all along. I don't know, but this Super Bowl does not excite me. It just doesn't excite me at all. I feel kind of fed up by it. The NFL just has the same teams in it. And yes, I know I'm a Chiefs fan, so I've enjoyed the benefits of that run. But even there's a reason why Mahomes went from being pretty excitable and loved by people in his first breakout year to everybody hating him now, just like Tom Brady's villain arc when the Patriots just kept winning and winning and winning. Somehow there's parity in the NFL, year over year. There's a lot of parity. There was a ton of parity this year. In terms of the distribution curve, there weren't as many super win teams and there were more loss teams. There were more in the middle. But it just didn't. This season was just weird to me. I know there were a lot of dramatic games. It just to me, and maybe I'm. This is just bitter Teapot with Chiefs and Lions teams that underperformed, but it felt underwhelming. It just feels like there's not a lot of good teams this year. I said it on my Instagram story. Whoever wins this year, I said going into the playoffs, whoever wins this year, to me looks like they're going to be one of the worst Super Bowl winning teams of this century. And I'm not trying to be excessively critical or hate on anybody's team if they're a Patriots or Seahawks fan. It's just none of these teams are complete. Either of these teams would have gotten steamrolled by the Eagles last year, or by the Chiefs, who got steamrolled by the Eagles. I really believe that. So I'm going to watch. I don't know. We'll see. My mom's going to be down here in town, so it'll be fun. She likes to watch the Super Bowl, but I'm ready for baseball season. That's kind of where my head is.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. I'm excited about it. I'm going to the Super Bowl, Teapot.
You're going to the Super
Bowl? I'm going
Bowl.
to the Super Bowl. I'll be there in the stands. I'm excited about it.
You're excited.
I think
It's your first Super Bowl?
First Super Bowl I've ever been to in person.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
So
I hope it's a good game.
I hope it's a good game.
Time.
I hope it's a good game.
Who do you think is going to win?
I think the Seahawks will pull it out. I'm hoping. I think it'll be close for 3 quarters. I think the Seahawks pull away at the end, maybe win by 10, something of that nature. That's what I would guess. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
JSN's a beast.
JSN's a beast. Should be fun to play with for sure. Should be fun to watch. Also fun. Let's give away some stuff. Let's open some questions. We got our whole audience here. We got packs to give away. We got trivia coming up in an hour and 45 minutes. TPott, lots of stuff to do. Let's start by asking a few audience questions, answering a few audience questions. This first one from Austin. I'm a hobbyist, not a dealer, and I've already organized most of my collection. I want to liquidate 80 to 90% efficiently and keep only my top cards long term. By the way, Austin, always a good idea. Always a good idea. What's the best way to set a cutoff by value, player tier, or liquidity, and what percentage of comp should I realistically expect on bulk versus top cards sold individually? Lot of elements
in there. Yeah.
TPott, you've done quite a bit of collection consolidation over time. Yeah. So how did you approach it? How would you suggest Austin approach it?
I'm gonna try like the rapid fire response here. Like, if you just want the easiest path, it's to find a dealer who's willing to buy the collection off of you. Maybe you have a local card shop. We're a little bit selective, I think, here with what we buy. There's stuff we will and won't buy, so it depends on the mix of what you have, Austin, of whether or not a card shop, whether it's Cards HQ or somewhere else, would want to buy it. It just depends on the type of inventory they're looking for. But there are dealers who kind of just focus on bulk buying, and they've got like downstream channels to move stuff that they maybe don't want to move. I know Ty from Chasing Cardboard, they travel around the U.S. and they buy big collections out of people's houses. Obviously, there's a entertainment component to that. Chris Sewell, who you know, he's really been advertising like buying collections, and he's somebody that I know has gotten. I think he's got 5-star review from everybody who he deals with. I would say he typically buys at 70 to 75% of total collection value, but depending on the size of it, if it's one that's going to be really difficult to like piecemeal comp out every single piece, go watch some of the Chasing Cardboard videos about their approach, about how Ty comes in and looks at, valuing a collection to not make it take 5 or 6 days to where then a deal doesn't get done or something. You could do all the legwork, you could use market movers, you could buy or comp everything out in advance if you want to do that, but that's the fastest way. Other ways would be if you have graded inventory. I will say I had a ton of success sending my graded cards onto the fixed price marketplace at Fanatics Collect. Those things moved fast. They've got repackers and other collectors that are just scouring that site every day. I was shocked how fast that stuff moved. The raw stuff, I sent some stuff there and I paid to get it CGC authenticated. It's kind of been sitting there. I've sent some of that off to DC Sports 87 now, so I haven't used them before, but I've heard a lot of good things from other people. I know you've used them, other people have used them. So that's another good one. Our friends at ComC, I love ComC. They've got a big backup right now. They're very backed up with both receiving and shipping and scanning into inventory. I think they're trying to work through some operational challenges. So, if you're not in a hurry, that'd be fine. But just be aware of those delays. But I would look at like a big eBay consigner. Just know that if it's low dollar stuff, there's a minimum. There's like usually $1 per card list fee plus whatever 15%. But the easiest way would be to find a dealer that's interested either locally or somewhere in the area, and some of these bigger guys. It just depends on the mix of what you have in your collection overall.
And then the idea of actual consolidation, right? Like, being able to go into bigger cards. I know you've done this before. I generally support that idea. I mean, what happens to all of us is as your collections grow over time, as you open up more boxes or buy more singles, you get more and more and more stuff. And at some point in time, you kind of got too much stuff to enjoy. And that's the great opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to sell everything below a certain line or that type of thing. I mean, I think one good rule of thumb, Austin, without knowing your collection is, what would it really pain you to give up? And yes, what is hard to replace if you give it up, right? 100%. Those are both, I think, really key metrics. So to me, it's less about value or, player tier, or it's really, for me, it's, could I easily buy that back if I wanted to? Then I have no problem giving it up, right? And, am I really going to miss that card? Like, really miss it if it's gone? Then I probably want to keep it. So those two factors kind of come into play the most for me.
There's elements of like where, depending on where you store your cards, which ones have you gone back to like pull out and look at the most and actually like, go, wow, I really like this card. Some of them, when you get them in hand, they just kind of speak to you. And others, maybe you were super excited about, and then you get them and you're like, I don't think I really wanted that this much. The other thing I'll just say, it depends on your goals and depends on the mix again without knowing what you have. But if your goal is to like enjoy owning some really iconic stuff right now that's you think is going to appreciate over time, stick to rare or super iconic in the highest grade that you can buy it. I mean, that's sort of a blanket statement. If it's less value motivated and more just I want to have the most important cards or unique cards to me that fit and mirror my collection, my fandom, my identity, expression of what I like, that can shift it too. You can go through like a curation process with the cards of like take out, it's easy, go through all the stuff you know you don't want, put it in a pile. Then go through another round. Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, kind of Tinder style with your cards. Yes, no, left, right, swipe, whatever. And you get down to a point where you just kind of look at it and you're like, if I didn't have this card in a month, in 6 months, in a year, to your point, can I get it back? And second, am I really going to miss this card? And that usually gets you down to a point where you're, like, okay, I know I want to keep these ones, and that's my starting point.
Yeah, good question, good question. Let's get Austin a pack for asking that question if we could. We got Nick over there on the breaking desk. Good to see you, Nick.
Thank you. Good to see you guys, too.
You got the hot hands tonight, Nick?
Hopefully. We got some good products tonight. So we got Topps Chrome Cosmic Baseball.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. We're
is,
giving packs of that away tonight.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So we'll start off with that for some of our question submissions.
Okay.
These are relatively small packs, but the hits could be big. So 1 pack per question. And we'll go ahead and start off with our first one here.
Yeah, good luck.
First time I'm opening this, so
could be a Pluto in here.
starting off with a Bobby Witt,
Nice looking.
River
cards.
Ryan rookie, and a Jackson Merrill.
That's cool.
Not sure which insert that would be.
That's the Wemby abduction parallel.
And the Christian Campbell. So
Cool.
nice cards.
There you go. Thank you, Austin. Let's
Nice
take
cards.
a couple more questions. Let's go with the next one here from the audience. When is the best time to sell my Fernando Mendoza Bowman Chrome University card,
Right
says
now.
Heels. Well, I think it's either like this very second and you're bordering slightly getting too late. I would actually say the NFL draft, TPott, because normally, I think he got the #1 overall pick here. I think he could see a little bit of a spike around the NFL draft as well. So I'd either say now or the NFL draft.
Could be. You want to pull my screen up, Phil? I just say right now because things have really, really spiked. These are just the raw autos from Bowman University.
Man, those have gone up a
They're
lot.
up a ton, and just like, look at the last 30 days.
Yeah.
They're up 117%, both of them. This is the blue, and this is the Prospect Auto. And then if I switch to like the PSA 10, that one is up. Whoops, I guess it didn't. I just didn't flip. But they're up. They're all up a lot. So, yeah. I mean, maybe they go up another. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this card goes up another $100
Maybe
when
now.
he gets drafted
Maybe now is
first
your answer.
overall. But this is certain.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to cool off between now and the NFL draft too much. He's just hot. Unless he decides to go to the combine and do drills and then drop somehow out of the first, then I don't know. But
Yeah.
and it's the Raiders. You never know what they're going to do.
That's true.
They might take another future criminal wide receiver.
That's true.
I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
Let's get Heels a pack of this.
all right, second pack here. All right, starting off with a Freddie Peralta, a Mason Wynn. We got a Chase Mydroth, refractor, I assume, and a Jaron Duran.
All right.
Cool. All right, still chasing the big ones from there. Let's do another question. From Cardman NA, when will we be able to add cards to market movers by certification number? Teapot, gosh, I want that so bad. Or sync with our PSA Fanatics Vault cards. Interesting question.
It is on our very, very short list, and I'm going to preview some other things that are coming soon. But I don't want to. I'm hesitant throughout timelines. There's always moving targets and different things coming in and out. But it is on our very, very short list. Yes, I would say my hope would be by the end of February into March.
The certification
yes,
number, not
but-
necessarily the
yeah.
PSA Vault syncing.
Yeah,
That's an interesting idea. I don't
Yeah.
know. We haven't talked to PSA or Fanatics about their
API or anything like that.
Right, but that actually is a pretty cool idea too.
Yeah,
So-
both for eBay and your PSA and Fanatics Vault. It's a good
Yep.
idea.
All right, thank you, Cardman. Let's rip a pack for Cardman.
Okay. All right, some sort of die cut in
Two
here.
beverages, Joe.
Got Christian Yelich, Aaron Schunk rookie, and a launched into orbit Mike Schmidt.
That's cool.
Nice.
Pretty
I
nice
like the
card.
old Phillies uni there. By the way, Melville in the chat also asked about about being able to take a picture and find a card of a raw card. That's not too far away either, Melville. Stay tuned. A lot of big stuff happening soon.
Yes.
All right, let's grab another question here from the audience. This one for Brian Browning. Who has impressed you the most?
Sorry, did you mention the giveaway form, by the way?
Oh, no, let's do that actually before we read this question. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point because we're going to do, during these shows, we do 3 giveaways over the course of the evening. For our Market Movers members, there's also a way to enter for free if you're not a Market Movers member. What you need to do is you need to go to sportscardinvestor.com/live. And if you have not, during the show tonight, put your name in for the giveaway, go do that now because the first giveaway we're going to be doing here in the next couple of minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes for our first giveaway. So once again, go to sportscardinvestor.com/live. And we have also pinned that at the top of
That's the King
YouTube chat.
Sumo. Pinned is the King Sumo for the general audience giveaway.
Oh, okay. We
And
probably
then-
want to pin the Sports Card Investor/live because that actually, for people who aren't logged
Yeah.
in, they can get to the King Sumo from there, can they? Well, I don't know, actually. We may need to pin both.
I don't know if you can pin both. I think you
So
can only
we'll
pin
we'll
one.
have to pin. We'll
All
have
right.
to do both the live form and the King
I don't know.
Sumo.
Parker, if you're watching here, I'll Slack Parker. Is it in the description? Like, oh, perfect. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So just look in the description of the of this live stream down below, and click on the member giveaway form. If you are a member, click on that, and it'll take you to sportscardinvestor.com live.
Yes, and I can also update the link for non-members who are not logged in to go to the right page.
Yep.
Because that needs to be adjusted.
Okay.
So we'll get that adjusted as well. Okay. All right. I'm updating that link, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and get that audience question back up here again. This one was from Brian Browning. Who has impressed you the most in the opening weeks of the NBA season? Whether it's a breakout young star, a surprising veteran resurgence, or a team outperforming expectations. I'm going to let you take that one, TPott.
I'm going to pull up stats. You know, I like to look at stats. And, I mean, I'm a big efficiency guy. I know people talk about Shea being a foul merchant and all the things they do. I don't ever hear anybody talk about Luka being a foul merchant, but Luka actually averages 2.3 more free throws per game than Shea. Just saying. Again, people are very emotional and less data-driven, but I'm always impressed by the efficiency and the consistency of Shea, as well as Giannis. That's why I like both of those guys. I like their approach. I like that they're competitive, but they're not drama queens, and they both show up every single night. And I would love for them somehow to wind up on the same roster, as much as everybody else would probably hate that and hate the NBA. So I don't know. I would say a guy that, well, first of all, Cade Cunningham's really impressed me. I got to throw Cade into the mix. I'll just say Cade.
One of your Pistons
The
right
Pistons, The Pistons are playing really well. They're in first. They actually just moved into the number 1 spot in the power rankings, believe it or not, ahead of OKC, which is pretty shocking. So I'm going to say Cade. And specifically with Cade, I'm going to highlight the fact that his defense has improved significantly. If I look at his stats, you can pull up my screen, Phil. So obviously defense it can show up in steals and blocks, that's fine. And you see an uptick in his steals. But I said something about Cade last year when he took a big leap forward, and that was he needs to get his turnovers down and he needs to improve his defense. Well, he's up 0.6 per game on assists. He's down 0.5 per game on turnovers. Scoring efficiency is still really strong, pretty good. But he's just sort of got that it factor. He's he's the leader of the team, and he has many rundown Tayshaun Prince style blocks and other things. So I'm just actually going to stop right there and highlight Cade Cunningham.
How about Jalen Johnson for the Hawks having a nice season?
He has.
There you go. Living up to some of that potential back from his Duke days. I like that. Let's rip a pack for Brian.
All right, another pack of Cosmic. Ooh, we got something green and sparkly.
We got a numbered card coming.
Let's just start on the back here with a nice Aaron Judge.
Cool.
Isaiah Suzuki, Justin Henry Malloy, and then this is a green Garrett Crochet.
Nice.
Okay. Look at that leg kick.
Yeah,
Is that to
that's,
99?
Am I not seeing
It's
a
It's
number
on the
on
front
there?
somewhere.
Out of 75.
Oh, interesting.
Right in the
Okay.
upper left. Kind of blends in there.
green cosmic sparkle dust or
All
something.
right, I have updated the links in the chat, so you can now just go directly to the link, and you can, both members and non-members have it right there to enter the giveaways. So you can just go to that one link in the chat, and then from there you can enter the giveaways tonight. And we're gonna do one more question, and then we're gonna go ahead and pick the winner of tonight's first giveaway. This one is from the Mile High Dwarf. With all the changes in the sports card market, what's something that has stayed consistent and will likely into the future that you like? Well, tomorrow morning, my new Jeff Wilson show will come out, and I'm talking about the premium of PSA 10 cards and how PSA 10s are commanding such a high premium in the market compared to all these other grades. And TPott, I don't really see that changing anytime soon, especially now that Collectors owns all the competition. I think the PSA 10 remains kind of the dominant graded card in the sports card market. So that would be something that I would say is likely to stay consistent into the future. Thoughts from your end?
I don't know if that's the case. Maybe I could see it go both ways. That's probably a whole debate on the Jeff Wilson podcast sometime. But I just think there's iconic cards. If you go into our SCI 500, which we do update every year. In fact, I had pulled that up. I wanted to look and see kind of what the price difference was. Bill, if you can show my screen one more time. So what we do is we build an index of 500 of the most iconic sports cards year over year. And we do it of all eras and all sports. So as players become obsolete, as John Morant falls off, we pull him out and we refresh it every year, which is why you see sort of some differences in this. But it is interesting, mostly staying the same because it's bolstered and anchored by a lot of the same cards year over year. So I would come into here and I would just look at iconic cards. And this is all the type of stuff that I think, much like, not to compare cards to stocks and mutual funds and other things, but just there are iconic cards that I think will withstand the test of time no matter what.
Those are all good ones. If you're looking to park some money away in sports cards, go scroll down that list because there's a lot of good opportunities on that list. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to look at the ones that most cards on that list are up significantly over the last year.
Yeah.
It's interesting to look at the ones that aren't. There's some that have risen less than others, and I think there may be some opportunity there. Go look at some of Tiger Woods cards, for example.
Yeah.
Might be a place I might look, for example.
Yeah, like here's some of the guys, like he's probably going to fall off next year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not suggesting Michael Penix is, but the SCI 500 list, is both. We went across all eras.
It's
right?
reflective of the whole.
Yes.
The whole of the.
So it
hobby.
includes some of those iconic, cards, many
Yeah.
of them, but it also includes, some of the more modern cards that are relevant today as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the older stuff that's been around for a while, those are the guys that I think, stand to gain the most.
All right, let's do a pack for the Mile High Dwarf. Then we're going to select our first giveaway winners of the night.
All right.
I'll pull that form while we're doing that.
Okay, a little insert in there maybe. Nolan Arenado, a Matt Shaw rookie. We got a Corbin Carroll Lightspeed. That's pretty cool. That is a nice insert.
Cool.
And then a Ramirez rookie card.
Are we guaranteed an auto in that box?
No.
There's no guaranteed auto, right?
We're not.
Hopefully we hit something good. Why do you think Cosmics become so popular? I mean, it's very popular.
It's very popular. People love Cosmic. Yeah. I think people are just really into the design. People seem really into space themes.
They are, yeah.
Like people just like space.
Yeah, space.
They like, I don't know, it represents.
We're like, everybody's
the next
waiting for the
frontier,
disclosure.
Or like vastness or something. People just seem to like space. So if you bring a space theme into cards, people are into it.
All right.
I don't know. Can't explain it.
Give me a second. You filibuster while I actually download the right
I'm gonna do
file
one more
here.
audience question
Okay.
while Teapot's getting loading in the giveaway list right now. We just did that one. We're going to go to Taylor321. Do you think we will see an NBA lockout in 2027, and how have past lockouts affected card prices? So great question, Taylor. I don't follow the lockout stuff enough to exactly know. What I will say is that there's a lot of people that think we will. I mean, there's certainly a lot of people who think we are headed towards a lockout in 2027. Yeah. When was the last lockout? It's been a long time. right? I mean,
There was a threat of one a few years ago. It was like 2 days.
Yeah, but it didn't. Yeah, but when was
Yeah.
the last significant lockout?
Back in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, you're a couple of decades away, right? So
Oops.
I don't really know that there's. I don't know that you could draw a correlation with past lockouts affecting card prices, because I think, Taylor, you're before the days of the card market being anything like it is today with card transactions. Now, what maybe you could compare it to is the first few weeks of COVID, maybe, when all sports just stopped, but obviously there were so many other dynamics at play there with, you know, the economy and the stock market and people fear for their life. And so I don't even know they can really compare it at all to that. So I don't know. I mean, I assume it would cause a cooling of baseball card prices. I definitely think it would for the ultra modern players, for the guys who are playing today.
Yeah.
But maybe on the other hand, people still are into cards, so maybe it would cause a little bit of resurgence with some of the, you know, older cards, which, I mean, a lot of that happened during COVID too.
That's
So,
an interesting angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. I think you're probably onto something with that, is that more of the iconic stuff go back to, and maybe not just Griffey and Jeter and, you know, Bonds, but like, I think I've said it for a long time. I think there's still a big gap between 90s baseball and 2000s baseball. And if you find, a lot of it's been moving up, closing the gap, not significantly, but closing the gap. Pedro Martinez set his record high for any card in this last year. I think Randy Johnson did too. Like, that's an interesting angle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of people do think, they're convinced, smarter than I am, who follow that part of the sport. I'm going to remain optimistic and say it's going to be a scare and nothing more. Like, it maybe it'll last a month and then they're going to actually play baseball. It would stink if it is. Just, baseball's a big counting stats sport.
Yeah.
And when you have a lockout and then there's like injuries more than ever, and then on top of it they're saying they want to shorten the season, you start, I mean, we're never going to have all these like big milestone, you know, achievements anymore. So
All right, that was for Taylor 321. Let's rip a pack, and then we're going to do our other giveaway winners.
all right.
All right, one more pack of baseball here. Okay, we got an Ellie, Sagasi, Jackson Jobe, one of those UFO ones,
That's
There
sweet.
you go. That's your boy, Teapot.
It is. I need him to come back healthy.
and then a Jeremy Pena.
Okay. All right, how many giveaway winners do we want?
Let's do 7.
7 giveaways. All right. I've got my screen ready. I'm going to randomize 3 times as always, and I'm going to take the top 7 and we're going to rip some packs. So we're going 1, 2, and a 3. We've got Johnson Bradley 79, Matthew Gange, Alan 945, Josh Cockrum, January 13, Brycey 16, and Clayton Whipple.
There you go.
Clayton Whipple. All right.
Congratulations to our winners. We got 2 more giveaways during the night. No purchase necessary. Just go to that link at the top of the YouTube chat to enter our giveaways tonight. And if you've already entered, you don't need to enter again. You just need to enter once, and you're automatically in all 3 giveaways tonight. All right, you want to rip some packs, Nick, for these fine folks?
Sure thing. So we are switching over to some football here. We got the brand new 2025 Mosaic football. So we got some fat packs here. See if we can maybe get a Mosaic or a micro Mosaic, I guess, or a stained glass, I should say.
Nice.
All right, we'll kind of zip through these. Got Mark Brunell, Jonnu Smith, Caden Prather, Travis Hunter, Curtis Rourke, a green Abdul
There you go.
Carter,
It's not bad.
Jack Beck, a Mike Gesicki, the pink camo, Chris Godwin, Cole Kmet, Marshall Falk, Colston Loveland notoriety, nice kid reporter, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Nubin, and a Jared Goff to finish it out.
Cole Kmet, he made that big catch for the Bears.
You did.
Did you think that was one of the greatest throws in the history of football? When Caleb Williams ran backwards 25 yards and then just chucked it toward the end zone
That was a
and got
pretty
lucky?
great play. That was a pretty great play. Yes, I would actually say it was. I like that. That was incredible. I wish they won in overtime.
Yeah.
Wish they had won in overtime.
Oh, speaking of overtime, thank you, JNN Collectors. Just let me know that Michigan State, who are playing like donks tonight against Rutgers, managed to send it to OT. So hopefully we can win it, pull it out.
Let's check my friend Ken Palm to see if Michigan State's relevant to me.
Let's see if Florida's dropped yet.
We're number 11, TPott. We're number 11 in Ken Palm right now.
How much are you paying him?
Where's Michigan State? Oh, they're number 4.
Yeah.
They're number 4 in Ken Palm. All right.
Go ahead.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Got the silver Dylan Sampson rookie. Hunter Henry on the green. Jerome Ford. Dan Fouts. Justin Fields. Rookie Mason Graham, pink camo. Luther Burden. Stephon Diggs. Jamal Anderson. And a David Yoku.
Yeah, that was Matthew Ganj.
TPott, I had to go all the way down to number 82 in Ken Palm to find Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're not very good at basketball.
82.
Did you just figure that out?
Wow.
I thought you knew college
Way
basketball.
on down that list. Way on down
They
that
were
list.
beating Virginia tonight.
Virginia?
Yeah, they were beating Virginia.
Where's Virginia on the list?
I don't know. They were winning, though. All right, go ahead,
Who's
Nick.
number 3?
This is going to be for
Virginia's
Allen
16.
945.
All right.
All right. Harold Fannin Jr., Jahad Campbell, Josh Simmons, Silver K. Doughton, another Mike Gesicki, George Kittle, Cortland Sutton, Travis Hunter, pink camo rookie. That's nice. Woody Marks, Matt Stafford, notoriety, Tyler Shook, Randy Moss, and Anthony Richardson.
All right.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Josh Cockerham.
These are not the greatest to open. All right. Bernie Kosar, Garrett Wilson, Chimere Dike, Elijah Arroyo, Chubba Hubbard on the green, Kaimi Fairbairn, Caleb Williams pink, Will Lutz. He missed a lot of field goals. Josie Jewell, a McMillan Elevate, and then a Nick Bonito on the, is that the Bang insert? Jaden Daniels, Zach Bond, Fred Warner, and a Victor Cruz.
All right. It was pretty bad weather, Nick.
It was.
Just to be fair with the missed field goals, but.
All right, number 5.
All right, rhymes with Roof said it's UM versus Rutgers tonight, not MSU. That's definitely not true. I'm looking at the box score and was watching a little bit of the game earlier. It's definitely State versus Rutgers. Go ahead. This one is January 13.
All right. Dylan Gabriel, Tommy Millott, Eric Armstead, green, Patrick Willis, Hall of Fame, mosaic. Oh boy. Chigoziem Okonkwo, Bill Cower, Trey Harris, rookie, pink camo, Josh Hines Allen. Oh, there you go.
Oh!
Shadur Sanders.
Shadur Sanders. Let's go.
Pro Bowler Shadur Sanders.
Wow, there you go.
All right.
my
Look at
That's
that.
a good hit.
Look at that.
There you go.
Who's that going to?
That's going to January 13.
January 13th. There you go. Shadur for you.
All right.
Pro Bowl, baby.
Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
You know who Shadur Sanders made the Pro Bowl over? Do you want to know? Trevor Lawrence.
Did he really?
Trevor Lawrence isn't in the Pro Bowl.
Is that because he declined it?
I don't know. There's a fan vote element to it. I don't know what happened, Jeff. I don't
Wow, that
understand
would be
anything
something.
about the Pro Bowl anymore, but Shadur is a Pro Bowler, so.
Shadur's a Pro Bowler.
All right.
Wow.
Well, that's a good hit out of here.
I saw a meme earlier today, you know, that famous meme of Tom Brady, like crying at the podium, and that said, like, why did you make the Pro Bowl? And it's the pause, and then, my dad, for Shadur.
Who is 6?
6 was Bryce A16.
All right, it's for Bryce, Jamal Charles, Nico Collins,
Charles.
Jackson Hawes. Oh boy, the Dan
There you go,
Fouts,
Dan Fouts.
Touchdown Masters.
There you go.
Jumbo Dome.
Matthew Golden, Elevate.
That's
Kind of
pretty
a
cool.
little color match there.
Yeah.
Jerome Bettis, Trey McBride, and a Joe Green. All right, one more.
Okay. All right. One more. The last one is Clayton Whipple.
All right, Clayton.
We got Nebraska beating Michigan. I like that. Nebraska's legit this year.
Oh, are they really beating Michigan?
Nebraska's legit this
They were
year.
a big underdog to Michigan.
Not that big. They're undefeated.
No, they were a big underdog.
They're 20-0.
I think they were an 11-point underdog.
That's
10
ridiculous.
10 or 11-point underdog.
They already beat Michigan State. All right, we're going. Baker,
Kate Otten, Elijah Arroyo, Bobby Wagner, and then a little T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, Will Disley, and a Richard Seymour.
All right, we got the Shadur auto.
The YouTube chat says T-Law was offered the Pro Bowl and declined. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I would expect him over Shadur.
Yeah.
All right, let's do. You want to do a little product update, TPott? I know you said you had a couple of things to show off in Market Movers, couple little preview things.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll show that for the audience a little bit, and then we'll do a little spinning wheel debate after that. We'll take some more questions, do another giveaway here in a little bit as well.
I'm gonna try to figure out how I can. Here, I'll just do this. I'm gonna pull this back up. So, Phil, if you show my screen right now, you should. Yeah, okay. So you kind of see everything, but I want to show the mobile app because we're working on the mobile app quite a bit. And the biggest piece of feedback that we hear with Market Movers, there's a few things. There's really 3 things. One is just it's confusing. I don't know how to use the app. So we're putting a lot of design, thought, and time and revision into fixing that. Simplifying an app that is really feature-rich, data-rich, and trying to make it more intuitive and easier to use. There's a big upgrade coming that I will talk about briefly with that. The second thing we hear is I add more cards. Get more cards that you track in your database. We're working on that. We plan by the national of this year, we plan on having every card in existence in our database. We're actively importing. We actually now have over 7 million cards that exist in a checklist, in a complete checklist capacity that are in our sportscardinvestor.com price guide and in our Sports Card Investor app. We're sort of bringing them into there while we rework the UI for Market Movers to then bring them in, which will make adding cards to your collection easier. We're planning on giving you the full view of a checklist to just one-click add things, as well as a whole bunch of other new functionality that frankly just doesn't exist anywhere in any app for sports and trading cards. So I'm pumped about that. And then the third thing we hear is raw scanning, which somebody brought up earlier, and we are actively working on that. So within the next couple of months, we're doing testing. We're being very intentional about making sure that some really big changes come out thoughtfully and done well, and with beta testing groups that we've built from our users, as opposed to just rushing out new stuff that might actually be more confusing or frustrate users. So the biggest thing when you come in here that confuses people, you click into the search bar, and I do think that's a pretty logical place for people to click and say like, hey, I want to get started searching, but they come in here and maybe they see some cards. So what it's showing off the bat are just the cards that are the most popular, the highest sales volume, like biggest price movers right now. And you can obviously click on this Cooper flag card. You can see what the price movements have been doing on this. We know about the early opening sales that may or may not have been real or fabricated. You can click on this grade selector. You can get all kinds of pricing information. You can click on the variation selector to scroll through all the different variations and get pricing information. So this is our cards database, which is about 6.5 million cards today, the biggest of its kind by a landslide, honestly. And so you can search within this. But what confuses people is they come in here and they type in Luka Doncic. Whoops, I got a little lag between my phone and the computer right now, so hopefully I can do this and it's actually going to work from my computer. Okay, let's see. Luka, whoops. Not Luka. Fu'ama Fala. Doncic. And then let's do like 2020. Oh, just come on now. Technology. All right, let's try it again. 2023. And then let's try Spectrum. All right.
Are we going the camera over?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just switch to web. The same concept exists on web. All right, so let's do Luka Doncic 2023 Spectra. And see how it actually just kicked me over. So we do have some Spectra cards, of course, because our database is very comprehensive. I was trying to find somebody that maybe we didn't have. Let me try Dirk. Is he in Spectra? He is. Okay. So imagine you're in Market Movers and you click type in 2023 Dirk Spectra, and it just says, oh, there's no results. And some people kind of get stopped here, and then their reaction is, oh, you don't have my card. You don't have the sales for my card. But we do. We have it in this comps lookup. Everything that sells every day on eBay, on other leading marketplaces, Fanatics Collect, Golden, Heritage, etc. We have the data, and it's in this comps repository as like a catch-all. This is just like if you were searching on eBay Sold or any other app of your choice. We have that whole repository, but then in addition to it, we have this big 6.5 million card lookup to get even more information, to be able to have that like navigation piece like you saw. If I click on this, and then I can go within all these different variations and get all this different pricing information and things like that. So we're streamlining that. We're starting with the search experience. We're collapsing down a few different features. We're merging things like that cards lookup and movements together into kind of one cards database catalog lookup called trends. And then when you get into the search, it will just start you out in this sort of broad transactional search. Once you click on a card or a transaction, if it's a card that we track, you'll get additional insights. You'll be able to see very easily the additional insights for the card. So we think this is going to be a way that bridges the gap and takes, it's not an overly complicated concept, but it's very confusing if you don't know what you're looking at, and those two things are being married together. And we anticipate pushing that out at the same time as raw scanning, which I've tested and has been very good for our cards database, and we'll just continue to fine tune over time. But we have the graded scanning, we have raw scanning, we're going to add the cert lookup within your collection. So there's a lot of really cool stuff coming, and that's honestly just the tip of the iceberg of what we have planned this year. This year is going to be very focused on overhauling the UI UX and just adding that new functionality that our users have been asking for the most. So I'm really excited about it.
Good. Excited, for sure. Awesome. Well, look forward to some big updates in the next couple of months as we start rolling some of this out. Some big changes, probably next couple of months. We're going to be doing some big changes. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy what we have in store for Market Movers this year. And I'm going to really enjoy winning a spinning wheel debate against TPott. TPott, we got back here behind me. We got a wheel.
Where's Trevor Lawrence?
We should put Trevor Lawrence up here. That would be a great one to put. Actually, you know what, TPott? I'm gonna try to think when this video is gonna come out. It's a couple weeks from now. Do you know what I picked up at the last Dallas Card Show?
Could be anything. Could literally be anything.
Massive Trevor Lawrence
Good.
card. A massive Trevor Lawrence card.
All right.
Because I'm with the people who believe in Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
The people believe, TPott.
You
don't
believed in other
but the
players
people
too that
believe.
we won't talk about.
The people believe. I believe in Trevor Lawrence. All right, let's spin here. Ready? Here we go.
You can tell that Nick did the wheel because Kyle Tucker's on here.
Drake May,
All right,
TPott,
well,
the man of the moment, Drake May.
Yeah.
Is Drake May a buy, sell, or hold?
Oh, is Drake May a buy sell? Right now?
Right now.
Right now, Drake May's a sell.
Absolutely.
100% a sell.
Absolutely.
Like right now.
Yes.
Don't wait until the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Like tonight,
this
go
week.
sell all your
This
Drake
week.
May cards.
In fact, it's got to be this week.
Got to be right now.
I will tell you, a couple Super Bowls ago, I sold some Jimmy Garoppolo cards. Remember him? He was starting in the Super Bowl.
He's in my video tomorrow.
And I sold his cards like a day or two before the Super Bowl, and even that was too long. They had actually peaked the week 1 and started to come down week 2 and then just crashed right after the Super Bowl was over.
Yeah.
So this is the week to sell your Drake May if you have Drake May. Even if he wins, he'll get a little bump for the couple of weeks after the Super Bowl, and then his stuff will start to come back down and probably will settle below where it is right now. So this is your week to sell Drake May based upon history. This is what history would suggest.
So Jaden Daniels, he's down to $707.
Oh, wow.
Look at this.
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Bang, the big X.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, X gonna give it to you. Tale of two stories. So if
Sell your Drake May,
look
buy 2 Jaden Daniels.
Here's Jaden Daniels right there.
And then take yourself out to a night at the movies and more than that with your extra $400.
February 12th, the first sales of these, Drake May was $826, Daniels was $1753. They have now essentially flopped. Like done a complete 180. They had a little dance, a little tango in the middle of the season, right on my birthday in October. And since then, it's been all Drake May, and Jaden's gone down, down, down. It's tough with these young quarterbacks year over year, too. And one thing people don't know, now, the Patriots are in kind of an interesting situation in their division and have been over the years because just the AFC East has historically just been a very weak division with the Jets and the Dolphins in there who haven't done jack diddly in 20 years. But people don't know this, the way the schedules get set up year over year, the first place team in any given division always winds up with theoretically the toughest schedule within their division the next year because there's always like these 3 flex spots. So they wind up playing the number 1 seed from the other 3 divisions in their conference. And then they play like an opposite conference division. So of course you play your own teams, but that's why there was like such a disparity this year, for example, with who the Lions played when they won the division last year versus who the Bears played. And now next year the Lions, we get to reap the benefit of a higher draft pick and what should be an easier schedule, and that's why kind of you see some big swings divisions year over year. So just a little fun fact. Not making excuses. We need a defense, but it's just an interesting dynamic that next year the Patriots should have a harder division or harder schedule.
You could sell at Drake May, buy 2 Jaden Daniels, and go have a nice steak dinner at Chops, TPott. You could go to Chops. You could get the 32-ounce tomahawk, get a nice little nice scotch on the rocks, maybe a Johnny Walker Gold label, and have yourself a great old time right there. All by selling that Drake May
Sell
card.
that Drake May.
That is what I would
Buy yourself a
suggest doing.
fancy Trevor Lawrence.
Let's do it. Buy yourself a nice Trevor Lawrence card. Let's do another one. Oh my God. Kyle Tucker.
Wow, there it is. Do you know who that is?
Kyle Tucker? Your Los Angeles hero, Kyle Tucker? Is that what we're talking about?
Bo Bichette of the Dodgers is on here too.
Is that what we're talking about?
I saw him down there. That's who we're talking about.
How do you feel about Mr. Kyle Tucker?
I think the Cubs made the right decision by getting Bregman instead of Tucker.
Yeah.
If I had to pick between 2 former Astros, I'd go Bregman. More premium position, maybe more consistent. Tucker's an interesting guy. He's had a good career, like overall, and he's just never broken through in the hobby. Never.
Well, and he's like he's good at everything, but not great at any one thing. And I think that helped. He's like good. Yeah. He's good, but he's not spectacular.
I don't like that he went to the Dodgers. Like everyone's going to the Dodgers. I don't like that. I don't like when your number 8 hitter can be Kyle Tucker.
I mean, it has helped his cards in the short run. His cards have gone up tremendously.
Yeah.
He was on the top 5 list last week. His cards surged by news of him going to the Dodgers. I guess going to the Dodgers gives you the moment of potentially, it gives you the opportunity to have the big October moment. It gives you the opportunity to, pull a Freddie Freeman and hit a big home run in the World Series or something like that. But I just feel like at the same time, there's only so much attention that can go around with the Dodgers. I feel like Mookie Betts, and granted he's had, he's been out and had some issues, but I feel like Mookie Betts has honestly been in many ways completely overshadowed since he's gone to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Like he if Mookie Betts was still in the Red Sox, he might actually be more valuable because people would be more focused on Mookie Betts. But there, it's like Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. It's like he's not getting the shine. Now you're adding Kyle Tucker below all those guys. I don't know.
So look at the Dodgers depth chart, okay? And I'm sharing my screen. So you got one of the best hitting catchers in baseball.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Still one of the best, if not the best, overall contact hit for average first baseman in baseball. Tommy Edman, who goes through streaks but is like showing very, very clutch gene.
Yep.
Max Muncy's clutch gene and shows up big in series in the playoffs. Mookie's Mookie. Teoscar Hernandez will give you power in big moments. He's kind of Kyle Schwarber light. Andy Pages broke out last year and had a fantastic season. And then you add Kyle Tucker into the mix. It's just kind of broken at this point. the whole world. The problem is I like a lot of these players. I like Shohei. I like Freddie. I like Mookie Betts. I like Tommy Edman. They got likable players.
Well, they're likable individuals.
Aside from their
not necessarily
stupid little
likable
dance
team.
that they do when they get on a base that makes me want to like dislocate a hip. There's a lot I like about the players. I like their manager. I just don't like the Dodgers, and I don't like what's going on there. I don't like it.
All right. So you're a sell. All of that to say you're a sell on Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, sell.
I would sell right now.
He's going to be hitting 8.
I would sell right now. His cards have doubled over the last week. I would sell right this second. Sell your Kyle Tucker right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we might come back for one more of those later. Let's take an audience question, and then TPott, you get ready for giveaway number 2.
Okay.
If you've not entered tonight's giveaway, the link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. No purchase necessary. The link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. Enter the giveaway because we're about to do giveaway number 2 for the night. We'll do giveaway number 3 in about 30, 40 minutes, and then we're going to play some trivia. I'm going to have TPott start pulling the names for giveaway number 2.
Michigan State won. I know you were worried.
Fantastic. There you go. This is from Felton10. My son wants to create a TikTok and YouTube content about cards. How can I support him while keeping him safe online?
You probably know more about this than I do at this point because you've got a high schooler.
Sure. Yeah, and Reeves is on the platforms and everything of that nature. Yeah, it's so I think TikTok and YouTube are a little different. So I mean, I would suggest Felton, if YouTube is probably a better place to start, but you will have to do the uploads for him unless you give him a full-on adult YouTube account. If he's got a kid's YouTube account where his access is set to like kid permission levels, it doesn't allow you to upload. So you have to have an adult account in order to upload is, I believe, how it's structured. So like when I've done, my kids have had YouTube channels throughout the years, even before like Card Crew, which my production team here helps with, but even before that, I would do little YouTube channels with them at home, opening cards, and I created the channel and would just upload the video. So I'd say you film the video on your iPad or your phone. I would have them do a little editing if they could kind of figure it out, or I would help with a little bit, then I would upload it. So that's probably the safest bet to go. When you upload content to YouTube, you can specify if the content is for kids, in which case it turns off the comments automatically. So you could do that. If you don't want comments, you can turn those off on YouTube. That way he doesn't have to like read other people's comments, right?
Yeah.
TikTok, that's obviously more of a social network. There's a lot more going on there. I'd be a little more careful with TikTok. It just depends what age he is. I mean, if he's, teenager, I would feel more comfortable with that. Pre-teenager, I think I would just concentrate on YouTube. That's probably what I would suggest. So let's get Felton a pack.
All right, we're going back to Cosmic here.
No, it's a good banger.
Got to get something out of this. All right, Mark Vientos, Dalton Rushing, Jorbit Vivas, and a Michael Harris II.
All right.
Okay. TPott, I'm going to go off script. I'm going to pull one special question from the chat.
Okay.
And the chat wants to know, this is Steven Carpenter, 7650, so let's get a pack ready for him. Steven Carpenter wants to know, did the Lions miss their window for Super Bowl aspirations? What say you, Teapot?
I don't know if there ever was a window, Jeff, because it's the Lions. Is there a window for the Lions?
I mean, they looked pretty good last year.
Is there any window?
They looked really good last year.
There's an Overton window
until the
that just
Commanders
moves
in
and out of delusion. It moves us in and out of delusion as our team does well half the time. I don't know. In some ways, next year it has to be next year or it's done. It's next year or done. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And then we're going to be back in this reset cycle, and who knows? Like the part that frustrated me about this year is the number of fans who completely turned their backs on Jared Goff. Like 180. People would chant his name in the streets at Red Wings games, everywhere. It was Jared Goff after we had playoff success. And then last year we got embarrassed by the Commanders in the first round, which I called and said was going to happen. And this year I called that we weren't going to make the playoffs. I actually said 9-8 was going to be our record and that we might miss the playoffs with that record, and I nailed it. But people turned their back on Goff. He was the third or fourth best quarterback in football this year, period. Full stop, as they say now these days. Like, there's no debate. And people, you can't have a quarterback who has a 5-turnover game. Yes, you can. Quarterbacks have bad games. He's mostly a very good quarterback. He did it with a banged up offensive line that didn't protect him this year. Even Penei Sewell, who's one of the best linemen in the NFL, if not the best, he's a much better run blocker than pass block. He did fantastic. He's got weapons all around him. We had no secondary, and we had a couple of games where we had a doinked field goal. We had some bad calls, as many teams do, and that ultimately decided the season, whether or not we made the playoffs or not. So we were that close, and once it's playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. I think it has to be next year. My fear is Holmes and the ownership, the leadership, seem completely unwilling to actually have that moment where they push their chips into the center of the table and they just say, all in. You have to do it. He's drafted incredible talent. They've built a roster. They've extended the right guys in St. Brown and in Sewell and in Hutchinson and in Goff. But you have to get somebody at some point that actually knows what they're doing and, that can come in. And I think they should have made a move, if not already, out for like a Max Crosby. They need to shore up the secondary. They're not going to do it. And we're going to have another team that averages 27 to 30 points a game, but allows 27 to 30 points a game. And who knows? So,
all right,
we'll see.
That's Teapott's sobering take on the Lions. Let's get it back for Stephen Carpenter.
Really, it's whether or not the NFL decides they can win or not, because we know it's scripted. So that's the bottom line.
All right. Pack of baseball cards for the football question. Speaking of Mookie Betts, Carlos Narvaez, Byron Buxton, and Manny Machado.
There you go. By the way, if you guys have won any of our prizes tonight, we're going to get the prize winner form and put that in the chat. I'll grab that for you guys as well while Teapot does our next set of giveaway winners here.
All right. Random.org. Okay. I'm ready to go. We're going to randomize 3 times. 7 again, or how many? 7. So we got 1, 2, and a 3. We got Luis Ontiveros, Pesky, Cyrus McCoy, The Shea Hodge, Delrico Griffin, Acme Collecting, and Stephen Carpenter. I think Acme Collecting was 8th last time, so congrats on sneaking into the top 7 this time. There we go. That's our 7.
Okay. Start off with another pack of Mosaic for Luis. See if we can one up the Sanders auto. Derrick Henry, Darnell Mooney, Malachi Starks, Cam Scatabo, Dominic Lovett, Kendre Miller green, Travis Kelce, Tucker Kraft, Cameron Hayward, Quinshawn Judkins on the pink, another Jack Betch Elevate, Matt Stafford Notoriety green, and then Kurt Warner, Justin Fields, and Terry McLaurin.
Okay, that was Luis. We got Pesky.
Man. All right. You got Baker, Nick Emanwari, Will Campbell, Amarian Hampton, Travis Hunter Green, Kenny Clark, Jared Verse, Jeremy Shockey, Andrew Van Ginkel, Touchdown Masters Bo Nix, Epic Performers Trey McBride, Sean McVay, Caleb Johnson, Tim Brown, and Ramondre Stevenson.
There you go. What do you think about the coach cards? Is there a Dan Campbell card? We just saw a Sean McVay card.
I don't actually know.
I don't think I've seen a Dan
You
Campbell
know what?
card. That'd be fun.
There
See
needs
in the
to be.
checklist?
Let's check. I mean, as a coach,
I'll buy you a Dan Campbell card, Teapot.
All right.
If there's a Dan Campbell card, I'll buy you one. How about that?
Let's see. Whatever that was that I just.
All right.
I don't see any.
This is for number 3. Got a Willis McGage, Jamar Chase, Ty Felton, Ricky White, Damian Martinez rookie, Mason Taylor rookie on the green, Torrey Horton, Robert Brooks, Christian Wilkins, Shamar Stewart, Touchdown Masters Joe Burrow, Epic Performers TJ Watt, Jalen Hurts, Calvin Ridley, and Mike Singletary.
All right, that was
That was number 3.
We got the Shea Hodge.
Is 4?
Who was number 3 as well?
Yeah, 3 was Cyrus McCoy.
Gotcha.
Oh, man. All right, Drake May right on the top. Quentin Johnson, Jackson Haas, Nick Scourton, Jack Betch, Jamie Sherwood Green, Aaron Rodgers, Jahmyr Gibbs, Terrell Owens, Carson Schwessinger, Brock Bowers, Touchdown Masters, Justin Jefferson Elevate, Brock Purdy, Aaron Jones, and a Dwight Freeney. All right, number 5.
Del Rico Griffin.
Okay. Tucker Kraft, Jared Verse, JT Tuimalau, Ashton Jeanty, Shamar Stewart, Jimmy Horn Jr., Cedric Tillman, Ray Lewis, Quinn Ewers, rookie pink, Peyton Manning, Jackson Dart, Rondé Barber, Ashton Jeanty, Kendra Miller, and a Josh Allen.
All right.
2 more.
Acme Collecting, 6.
Come on. Okay, Dalton Schultz, Michael Williams, Kinshawn Judkins, Matthew Golden, James Conner on the silver, Jeffrey Simmons green, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Joe Namath, Adam Thielen, Gray Zabel, CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Travion Henderson, Ray Lewis, and Brian Robinson.
Okay. And then we got Steven Carpenter.
All right. Eric Armstead, Will Anderson, Savion Williams, Jade Barron, Isaac Tesla, Tank
There you go.
Bigsby, Jordan Addison,
Just
Jalen
swap.
Waddle, Caleb Williams, LeJontay Wester, Justin Jefferson, Epic Performers, Terrell Davis. That's pretty nice. Golden Tate, Mike Evans, and Brian Thomas Jr.
Got me an Isaac Tesla jersey this year
Yeah, did you?
for my birthday.
There you go.
It's from West Michigan,
Oh,
from very close to where I grew up.
did not know that.
Local kid.
I like it. There you go.
He's awesome, too.
Good stuff. TPott, how about a few more audience questions? Should we do that? And then we got trivia coming up here in about 40 minutes, which is always a fan favorite tonight. Trivia is just for our Market Movers members. By the way, if you haven't signed up for Market Movers yet, should we put a code on the screen? Do we have a code for these people? Can we help these people out? Can you put something up there? There you go. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Look at that.
There you
We're
go.
still, is our holiday cards? No, that's no good. That's no good. Get
All right,
it off the screen.
Use Dive.
Take it off the screen.
Use Dive.
Dive?
Dive. That's
Is
the
that
Market
the code
Movers,
they're going to use tonight?
That's the Market Movers code.
Dive,
Dive.
D-I-V-E?
Yeah.
Dive.
That's hook you up.
Dive. What does Dive do for the
That's
people?
2
What-
weeks. 2 weeks
2
free.
weeks free?
20% off.
20% off. 2 weeks free and 20% off. Promo code
Yep.
DIVE.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. You can sign up for Market Movers at marketmoversapp.com. And promo code DIVE will get you 20% off. You can get into our trivia tonight if you sign up for Market Movers. 2 weeks free. Check out Market Movers. We'd love to have you as members. Take advantage of that promo code DIVE live during tonight's show at marketmoversapp.com. All right, let's take a few more audience questions, and then we'll do a couple more things and then head on towards tonight's trivia and our last giveaway of the night. This question is from John Salas. He wants to know, what's the best card you've ever pulled, and did you keep it or sell it? Well, the best cards that I've ever pulled, TPott, are cards that I pulled for other people, because I've gotten the opportunity to do some breaking there in the Cards HQ booth. Pulled a really nice Ellie De La Cruz Superfractor last year. That was really nice. One of his rookie Superfractor inserts in the Cards HQ booth. Got to watch Card Collector 2 pull a beautiful Aaron Judge Diamond Studs 1 of 1 from Diamond Icons.
Yes,
That
you
was
did.
pretty cool. Got to watch him pull
In
that.
your box battle?
Got to watch him pull that next to me in my box battle with him. Personally, I don't know. It might have been that. Might have been the really nice Mike Trout 101. I pulled from Topps Transcendent last year. That was a really nice card. I pulled when 2020 Flawless Football came out, back before it was $1 zillion. I opened up a box of it with my son Reeves, and we pulled a Justin Jefferson rookie laundry tag auto number to 5. I really wish I kept it. I sold it. I sold it later that year for not nearly as much as it would be worth today.
Wow.
Wish I had held on to that card. That was a really, really cool card. But probably my favorite pull of all time, so I'm going to put it as my best card I pulled, even though value-wise it's certainly not. But my favorite card of all time was when Zion Williamson's, when the first Prism draft picks came out back in late 2019. There's still a video on the Sports Card Investor channel that shows this.
I watched that video back then.
I pulled, Reeves and I were opening up boxes together on release day of the Prism draft.
Yep.
And I pulled a Zion Williamson gold vinyl to 5. It was the Crusade insert, him in his Duke jersey.
Yeah, it was this one.
You got it up there on the screen? There it is right there. That card, that's the card we pulled. That's it right there.
Yep.
That's absolutely it right there. The Crusade gold vinyl to 5. Super cool card. What is that worth these days? $1,200?
I don't know. No, that was.
All right.
I mean, that was.
That's actually still respectable. I'm actually surprised it's worth that much. I guess Duke fans.
I love Crusade card. That's a nice.
I mean, it's a beautiful card. Beautiful card. Yeah. We pulled that out of a box. That was that was probably my favorite pull that
I've got mine up here.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
It's switched away, but.
I remember this.
I ripped a box of kind of on a whim of Select. I bought a couple of retail boxes. We came in. We came in with my mom. She was down here from Michigan, and we came in and just to see the shop, and we bought 2 blasters and a mega of Select, and we hit this white mezzanine out of it. My son, your kids want to open the packs. They don't want to watch you open. They want to open the packs, and you're like, all right, just be careful. Just be really careful. So I was kind of getting them started, and here you go. And Roman, my oldest, just kind of reached in and was like, give me that, and he's like, Victor Wembanyama, and I'm like, well, okay, and I look and it's a white parallel. So we sold that one for I think $825.
Wow.
It was right out of release.
Right.
And I was like, we got to sell that. So he got a basketball hoop.
Nice.
And he got something else, and I took my cost of the boxes back, and I taught him about fees and taxes, and then it was kind of all gone after that. So yeah, but it was a really cool hit.
That's
and
awesome.
A beautiful card, honestly, one of his best looking cards in my opinion. So
let's get a pack for John.
Okay. Surely we're gonna get something out of this box. Let's see if we can do it here. Will Abreu, Dansby Swanson, Ultraviolet Beam, Brooks Lee, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
These inserts are really nice. Really good designs.
Pretty cool. Pretty flashy.
And a Marcelo Mayer.
How do you think the market will react to Topps Cosmic Chrome football? Because I guess we'll have that later this year.
They'll react. Whatever this price is, it'll be 2 or 3 times
Probably.
that. They'll react.
Let's take another question. From Colton, how can I use Market Mover's predictive analytics to anticipate future demand for specific players?
Well, we don't really have predictive analytics.
Right.
We've kind of steered clear of predictive analytics because we want people to use the data the way they believe they can use it. I've said this a million times, and I think you have too. The sports card hobby is illogical. Even when you look at trends, the trends shift. There are certain things that have been historically true, universally historically true, but then the minute the masses become aware of that trend, they buck the trend, right? So it's it's always shifting. So I always just look at charts. Let me see if I can find a chart that would make sense here. Let's see, who's one? Okay, actually, any Ohtani card should make sense here. Let's do this one. And let me kind of go like this. All right, so you kind of see these charts over time. Now this one's actually a little bit anomalous because usually what happens is you have this ride, and this is on the all-time great players, so this ride up, and then the minute you kind of end up like 300 to 400% or more, that to me is like a hard sell, no matter what, because it's rare that they just keep going and keep going and keep going. There's not enough time in a season. There's not enough momentum. That's all hype. So this one kind of went from like here, where it was at $25 up to 250, bucks. That's a 10x. So I mean, right there, you're kind of bucking the trend on that, I guess. But usually you see kind of this come down, and then you'll see like another one that rides a little higher, and then it come down, and then it'll kind of ride a little higher. And that's just like overall market, cyclical market behavior too. You do see that on some stocks. You see that over just kind of a human tendency. And then obviously there's a lot of factors with players that come into that dynamic. But when you have a chart like this and you look at it, you see those big lines. It's a big difference being able to visualize the data with a chart as opposed to just seeing a whole long list of comps. Well, those are the for sale listings. But if I click into here and you're just scrolling through comp values, that's not as easy to visualize. There's a reason why everybody in the financial world and financial markets, they use all kinds of different charts and graphs to see what's going on. So I use that. And then the other thing, the really powerful tool in my opinion is just price movements. It takes advantage of this 6.5 million card database, and you can look at all the cards or all the players and see which ones are going up and down the most. And it's the basic investment principle of buy low, sell high. So when you see a player coming down, you have to have the qualitative data about the player to know, okay, why are they trending downward? They're injured, they had a bad season, they had a bad game, they went to a worse team, something happened. Or why are they up? You have to have those reasons, but because there are so many different reasons, we haven't taken a crack really seriously at trying to sort of predict what's going to happen, because with great power comes great responsibility.
Great power comes great responsibility. There you go, Colton. Well said, my friend. Let's rip a pack for Colton.
All right. Okay. David Festa, rookie. You got an Aaron Nola. And then Star Clusters, the Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz.
Oh, there you go. It's a cool card.
Good rookies there.
Great rookies. That's pretty sweet, actually. Rookie card for each of them there.
And then a Logan Gilbert.
Okay. Very nice. Let's do one more question. Then we're going to mix things up a little bit, TPott. Let's take one more question from the audience. This one's from Carter. Is there such a thing as owning too much of one player, even if they're a star like Steph Curry? It's a good question. I mean, I think some form of diversification is always good. I mean, I guess if they're, I don't know. Like, there's people that are super collectors of one player. I mean, obviously, what goes in my mind is risk, right? So there's no risk if a player is dead. So if you want to become a Mickey Mantle super collector and own, and have at it. I think you're totally good if you're a Mickey Mantle super collector, right? If a player is not dead, then there's some inherent risk that they do something stupid. Now, I think you're pretty safe with Jordan. And I think a lot of your GOATs, I think you're pretty safe with Tiger Woods, although he did do something stupid. But, it didn't seem to hurt him too much, right? So, I mean, I think you're pretty safe with those guys. Someone like Steph Curry is interesting because Steph Curry's cards have been unbelievably hot in the market over the last couple of years, and deservedly so. But the one thing you have to worry about with Steph Curry is that as his skills start to diminish, which inevitably will be happening over the next few years, and as he starts to fade out of the NBA and eventually retires, and then he goes into this oblivion period in between his retirement and his Hall of Fame election, which will then be 4 years after that or whatever, right? When he's in that period, when you're not seeing him on SportsCenter, when he's not in the highlights, when the league's kind of moved on from him, what happens in that period? And for a lot of players in that period, their cards dip in price. So I would be a little bit like Steph Curry stuff. I love Steph Curry, and I bought a lot of Steph Curry stuff over the years, and I own a couple of really big Steph Curry cards right now. But I'd be a little bit worried about being all in on Steph Curry at the moment, just because you're going to face the tail end of his career, and you're going to face an oblivion period coming up. Long term, if you're going to hold Steph Curry stuff for 20 years, great. I'm comfortable with you having a ton of Steph Curry, but it may not treat you quite so well over the next 5 years. I could be completely wrong on that, but that's my guess based upon history and looking at historical trends of other players. We even saw with Tom Brady, and you had other factors at play with the market dynamics of the sports card market, but like Tom Brady stuff. Went wild high when he won the Super Bowl with the Bucks, and he's to the moon and he's to the stratosphere, and he announces his retirement, and then all of a sudden everything comes down. He goes into retirement, and it's just all of his stuff just goes down and down and down and down. So that that's and now it's all back up again because this last year has been the year of the goats rising again. But he went through a big price correction period. You got to worry a little bit about that with somebody who's currently playing.
Yeah, there's probably no player other than like Pat McAfee who's gone up in value after they retired. Like, you got to do something that's, even Jason Kelsey, like the podcast with Travis was like, I don't know if it's as popular right now as it was like 2 years ago when it was very, very popular, and he's retired. So if Steph, we know he dabbles in a lot of things. Like, he's a golfer. He's a pretty good golfer. If he gets into like kind of the game show space, golfing, stays like somehow very relevant and very in the public eye, and even adds to his charisma and personal legacy by doing some of that stuff, I could see his cards holding more than, but typically you're spot on. Like, players go through that period. When it comes to like, can you ever have too much of like one player? I actually did a video just a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, on this Market Movers channel. And it was kind of ominously or cryptically titled, "The Number One Move Sports Card Collectors Must Make in 2026, which sounds like it's a financial thing or something. It's really, this is all about collecting, defining your hobby archetype. And there's these different archetypes. There's an assessment you can take. And then what I showed was actually a list from a video I did like 3 years ago of these different ways, 27 different ways. Not comprehensive, but very, I think, very thought out. Player collectors, GOAT collectors, team collectors, set builders, era collectors, and so on. The list goes on and on and on into all these different niches and different ways of collecting. And if you are a player super collector, most people even still go through like curation. They'll start small within their budget and they collect cards over time, and then eventually they reach a consolidation point. They're like, it's time for me to finally get that grail of Steph that I've always wanted. I'm going to get his 2012 silver prism, which are pretty short printed, or I'm going to get a rookie NT, or I'm going to get whatever that card might be, and they consolidate in and kind of fold in. But there are people out there who literally try to collect every single card of their favorite player, and that doesn't matter if it's Clint Capella or Andre Drummond or whomever. I myself have been selling Drummond cards. I've gone through a consolidation process and have moved a number of them, selling more, and kind of going into other PCs. So it just depends, and it's okay for that to change over time. You might wake up next year and go, I want to collect somebody else. I want to collect, whoever your other favorite. I want to collect, I don't know, Monte Ellis cards too now.
Oh, of course.
In addition to
Got to collect him. Got to collect him. Yeah. Let's rip a pack for Carter.
Okay. Let's see what we can get out of here. Kyle Manzardo. Oh,
what is that? What is that?
Fumbled it a little bit.
What's
there.
coming here, Carter?
Mike Trout, Christian Campbell.
That's something.
What is that?
That's some type of case hit. I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's a case hit of some type.
Is it a parallel or is it a
constellation variation? You're gonna have to tell me.
That's 170 to 230 bucks.
Wow! Let's go, Carter!
That's legit.
Yes, sir.
That's legit.
Nick pulling the fire.
That's why we ripped that box.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Case hit right there.
That's sweet. That card is sweet. I love that.
Man.
It's got a sparkle to it.
Yeah, that's a really good looking card.
You can't see the sparkle in the eBay photos.
Refractor effect to it.
Ooh.
But these are nice. All of the inserts in here are nice.
So the Red Sox locked him up into a contract at good value if he winds up being a good player. He started out hot last year and then kind of cooled down, but people are still very high on him.
TPott, I know you're going to be excited later this year to get your Shadur Sanders Constellations out of Topps Cosmic Chrome Football.
Yep, there better be a T-Law and a Shadur.
That's right. We'll get TPott those two.
There'd be a Dan Campbell coach card
All right, let's do this. Let's see if can we get this? Can we test this camera, Phil? What do I do here? I unplug this thing. Can you see me?
Doesn't look like it's working.
Oh, it
Our
just
camera's
did for
not
a
working?
second. I just saw it for a second.
Yeah. What's this
There
here?
we go. There we go.
What is this here?
Oh.
Whoa.
POV.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
A little
T-
delayed.
Teapot, I'm going to hand you this camera. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't have audio. I'm not going to be able to hear you out there.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that you're excited about the start of baseball season.
Yes, I am.
So I'm going to send you to the aisles and I'm going to have you pick out a baseball card
Okay.
that you would like to buy right now.
All right.
With the season underway. So
You're
let me
gonna-
hand you this this camera,
All right.
and we're gonna go live out there.
All right, here's how we'll do this. If I find a card that I'm interested in, we're going to try to like mind meld here.
Okay.
So I'm going to, I am holding this.
Oh,
down.
we're live.
If I find something, I'll pause enough for you to look it up and weigh in. I'll give you like
I'll
a
have
20
market
second.
movers on the ready.
All right.
You got it.
All right, we got it. Here we go. We're going. All right, we got the baseball. Lots of cool stuff. So one thing people have observed, the graded stuff definitely sells a lot faster than the raw. I myself am a raw guy, so I don't complain about that. There's an Otani, that's kind of interesting. All right, a lot of value stuff here, a lot of cool stuff. There's a Nick Kurtz refractor. I would compare the price of this Nick Kurtz refractor rookie card. By the way, his MLB debut patch just sold for over $500,000. So he's no slouch, great player. And compare this to the Cooper Flag refractor price, which I think is like $700 or something absurd right now. That just shows you how crazy basketball card prices can get. Let's see, we're kind of going up in the price range. There's a cool, I'm assuming that's a golden mirror Kershaw. That's pretty cool. I love a good image variation. Chapman, the guy, the eternal flamethrower. Let's see. No, Devers. Some people are high on Jackson Merrill, kind of having a comeback season. Well, I mean, a good season last year, but superfractors are all the rage right now. I'm not really interested in Brenton Doyle, but shout out Scotty B. Cards, Rockies fan. Cam Smith, interesting. Jacob Wilson. There's a nice dynasty, Joey Votto. Dylan Cruz, Ceddanne Rafaela. There's an Ellie. I think at some point it's got to be not do or die, but like Ellie's going to kind of fade unless he really can like break through. That's sick. Okay, I don't know how you're going to price that. That is nasty. Oh, Haley's losing it too. She just hit something big, some purple something, I don't know, purple nurple. But Jeff, you see if you can find a value on this. Dual auto. Game used memorabilia, dual patch, Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson. And I am in particular, I'm high on both of these guys, but in particular Gunnar because I think he's come down quite a bit. So I'm going to hold this here. All right, I got a 20-second countdown.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so I got it here in Market Mover. Actually, it looks like we got it underpriced in this store. Last sale of this card sold just the other day for $1,350. And out of 15, we got that price right now in the store for $1,000. So that is a $350 underprice. We really have it underpriced because the one right before that
sold
for
for $12.90. I saw this in here too the other day. It has tempted me, especially because Scooble doesn't have any dynasty cards. This one's been tempting me, Jeff. It might get me. But I've been buying some other stuff. I bought a Riley Green Dynasty RPA that I think is just super, super sick. That was for the PC. Woo! Speaking of, you just can't go wrong, in my opinion. Red Ink, Mookie. Oh, there's some heat in here. All right, and here's I'll show this one just as a little highlight. Not that I necessarily love this card as a sticker auto, which Inception has, but I think Jackson Holliday still has some life. He's a guy, I don't know. He's a guy I think might still have some potential. He has so much pedigree. Everybody was high on him. So I'm thinking Jackson Holliday might be. So I'm going to come in now. I got to go see what Haley hit here. I'm going to stop at the breaker booth if we're allowed to do that. Let's see what Haley hit.
Hey, Tyler Becker on the auto. Oh my God.
Can't see it.
We just hit the first and second picks here in the first box.
Bonus
Holy
fan,
cow.
right?
Where's the purple?
Look at this.
Dude, look at that.
Look at
What
that.
a
Eli
sick
Willits. All right.
Dude.
Keep it up. Hot hands, Haley. Turn it around.
All right. Hey, call up my market mover screen there, Phil. Yeah, so this is that card, TPott, right? This is the one you were looking at out there, the luminaries?
That is. Yeah.
Look at that. We have it priced at $1,000.
$13.50.
It sold just the other day for $13.50.
All right.
Someone should buy that right now from the store.
I might have to go buy that.
That
right
one's
now.
not on our website because on our website, cardshq.com, we only have
Yeah.
graded cards. So unfortunately for all of you guys watching, you got to come into the store to get that card.
Yeah.
So you got to book your flights to Atlanta now. Book your flights to Atlanta now to get your $350 off market value
trip.
deal on that card.
Free trip to Atlanta.
Come to Atlanta, Cards HQ right there.
That's sick.
All right, that was pretty good. Good work out there, TPott. Good
How
work
did we
out
do?
there.
Did we talk over each other? I couldn't
Maybe a
hear
little
you.
bit.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't.
All right. For all you guys actually
We
just
made it
muted
work.
me.
We made it work.
Jeff was just commenting.
All right, we got Jason K in the chats hopping on a flight from New York to Atlanta right there. And yeah, you know, might spend $350 on the flight, but you know, and then he's gonna get $350 card value. So you know, it's it all evens out. Amsterdam, Peace Vibes gonna come from Amsterdam. That's great. New Mexico to LA because kept the blep. All right.
I could go buy it and then
Come on
sell
over,
it back
Kept the
for
Flip.
80% store credit for it and make $80.
You could actually. You could actually do that. You could actually flip it, buy it, and immediately flip it back to us and make $80. Although as soon as you buy it, it's going to show up as a comp in market
It will from Cards
because we
HQ.
got Cards HQ sales data feeding in real time into
Yeah.
market movers. So
Yeah.
you're gonna mess yourself up on that. You're gonna mess yourself up on that.
Cool. So it's cool.
All right. Zach lives in Atlanta, so he's coming in tomorrow. So there you go.
you go.
He's got the heads up on
Be
everything.
rattling the cages outside.
All right, guys, we got about 15 minutes till trivia, about 10 minutes till our final giveaway of the night. Let's do one more spinning wheel debate, TPott, and then I think we take a couple more audience questions, and then we'll get into the fun tonight. So if you guys haven't entered the giveaway, it's pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. Last chance to enter the giveaway tonight. As long as you've entered it once during the show, you're good. You don't need to enter it again. Don't enter it a second time. No purchase necessary. Link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. All right, here we go. Let's do one more of
All
these.
right, Patty the Batty. I know you know all about Patty the Batty.
I do.
Nope, not getting back. Nope. Oh, another spin. Can't do Drake May for the third time
All
today.
right, we'll spin again. We'll spin again. Oh, we did Cooper Flag last month, so let's just do that. Sam Darnold, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we gave the advice earlier, TPott, about Drake May, and both of us were very, very strongly a sell on Drake May at this very moment because you're typically best to sell right as the market's spiking, which is typically a week to 2 weeks before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Does the same principle hold true for Sam Darnold, whose cards have also been hot, or do you have at all any difference of opinion when it comes to Sam Darnold?
Well, people were feeling like going into these playoffs, they were like, well, Darnold choked in Week 18 last year against the Lions when they had the opportunity to clinch home field, and I kind of wish they had, so they would have played the Commanders. And then he choked in the first round of the playoffs and had a terrible game where I've got his stats up, and he was 25 of 40, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 77.6 passer rating. This year in 2 games in the playoffs, he's been fantastic. He's got a 122.4 passer rating. He's looked very good. I'm making a video that's going to go out next week on this Market Movers channel about the right way to speculate. And I'm going to look at basketball, football, and baseball. And there's nuances in each of those sports. And again, like I said before, there's no crystal ball, but there are some patterns. And as like a little spoiler, the overarching pattern, a couple of things in football are backup quarterbacks and then quarterbacks who had high draft pedigree and eventually stink and their cards fall in value. And then they get some new change of scenery and they pop off. And there's actually like at least one every year over year for the last 6 years.
Your Baker Mayfields of the world.
So
Yep,
you had Baker Mayfield, and then you had Sam Darnold, and you had Daniel Jones this year before he got injured. And there's situations like that. Even going back to, I know it sounds crazy, but Geno Smith was a second rounder, but he was like washed and nobody thought anything, and then he popped off with Seattle. Jimmy Garoppolo was another one who actually had a big season with San Francisco, a couple big seasons.
Jarrett Stidham was that for about 3 days last week.
Yeah, for about
3 days.
For about one quarter.
Yeah.
And then it didn't look too good. But yeah, so there's some patterns there, and that's an interesting thing. If you look at floor versus ceiling, when you have a player's like PSA 10 Optic Hollow rookie card, which is usually like pop 100 to 200 for these quarterbacks, drop down to anywhere from $15 to $35. There's no more floor. Like really at $15, there is no more floor on a card that's like that iconic and low pop. Whether they liked the college team, they're a USC fan, which I am not, but you know, there's USC fans, there's whatever, Jets fans, whoever, they want to buy their cards, but then you wind up in a scenario where they suddenly have a Pro Bowl season or somehow wind up going to the Super Bowl and that card's $170. And so there's an interesting thing there. It's like, you know, that I think is an angle in the speculation space, which is kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
So what does that mean about Darnold? It just means he's had a heck of 2 seasons and he looks very good. Seattle's well coached, and he's got weapons there. JSN is really, really good. My hot take that I put on Instagram this last week was, and this is very much a hot take, people are probably going to roast me in the comments for this. I've always liked the gritty receivers who go over the middle, they catch everything, they lay their body on the line, they block, they just compete every single play. They don't sit to take a play off. So I said I would rather have a team with 3 wide receivers of Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, and Jackson Smith and Jigba than I would Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and CeeDee Lamb. Because of the competitive nature and the grit and the spirit. I know people would think that's crazy because the raw athleticism is on the side of the other guys, but I always like those guys, and he's got one of them on his team, so I think that bodes well.
There you go. This is, call up my screen here in Market Movers if you could. This is interesting. This is by percentage over the last 365 days. So it is the rise of Drake May and the rise of Sam Darnold, and they're kind of been rising at the same percentage pace this year. Drake May a little more than Sam Darnold. Now this is kind of interesting. This is, by the way, both of their Prism-based rookie cards in PSA 10, with actually relatively similar populations. So you're looking at similar populations there. Now this is interesting. When you go from percentage to dollars, it's a lot of a different story.
Yeah, a lot of different
That's
story,
a way
Right.
different story when you go from percentage to dollars because of the fact that Drake May, from a dollar standpoint, is so much more. So, like, I think Drake May has a much greater chance of having his cards drop in price after the Super Bowl. I think Sam Darnold has less of a chance of having his cards drop in price after the Super Bowl just because they're so much less expensive to begin with. So I would be okay. I would be more okay with holding Sam Darnold right now than Drake May. If you're Drake May, I think you sell. If it's Sam Darnold, I'd be more okay with holding based on that. Okay.
I'd probably sell both, but
Sure. Sure.
So if we look, so this is crazy. If you want to pull up my screen one more time, just to show you, this is the final proof. This is all the proof you need to sell Drake May. Drake May is pop 721 on his Prism Silver. He's at $1,800. Joe Burrow is at $1,240, and on pop 293. Herbert $800. Caleb Williams $738. Jaden Daniels we talked about. There's your boy T Law. There's only 136 of these. This was a really tough grade in 2021. Very few. If we could look at the nines, there's 894 nines and only 136 tens. Bo Nix never got any respect this year, really. Jordan Love's fallen down big time. He's another one that, you know, Jordan Love might bounce back in like 2 years, maybe with the Packers, who knows, maybe with somebody else. And then he'll have a good 6-game streak, and everybody will be yelling at you in the Whatnot channel because I said Jordan Love wasn't him, 4 years ago. But just pretty interesting when you look at some of these prices, like Stroud. Where did Stroud peak out a few years ago? If we look at Stroud, all data. I mean, we know that was that was insane. That was an opening sale, but Stroud was $1,100, $1,200. Now he's down to $300. So
yeah,
that's the QB market.
Drake May is in danger. Drake May's cards are in
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah.
Sell the heck out of Drake May right now.
Yep.
Sell the heck out of
Yeah,
Drake May.
and it's not a reflection of him, but it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it's where his prices are and accurate
Yeah.
to everybody else.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, I think we got time for a couple more questions. We'll do our final giveaway, and then we're going to hop into trivia.
Okay.
Let's do a question from Matt Dirks. What's the best way to use market movers to identify raw cards with the most grading upside? You want to show
I do.
show that off?
Yep.
Go to Teapot screen here.
So we have a feature that is only part of the unlimited tier. So it is part of the top tier membership tier, and it's called Intelligence Reports. And this is part of that top tier because it's kind of a power user feature. It's kind of a data nerd feature, but you click on PSA 10, you click on PSA 9, or you click on raw, and then you don't have to put anything in. In fact, I can just hit search. Now this is going to look at all the data in our database across all of our different cards. And I might need to switch out my Wi-Fi. That's probably why. Yep, I'm going to switch to Studio. And hopefully it'll load. This is doing a calculation on our entire database. So once this reconnects, I'll just hit search. Looks like it's still spinning. All right, I'm going to try to refresh. All right, let's try it again. Call Xfinity, AT&T, whoever it is. Well, normally this would show you the players. I'm going to go back here. Let me go back and reset. I'll just. Okay. I'll type in a player because that should return all the results. So if I put in Otani and I hit search, okay. So you get a list of all these cards with these outliers, and then you can filter beyond that. You can put in specific years, specific sets, but it's going to kind of show you the price multiplier. And so I can click on this and see this is 2019 Bowman second year. Bowman in a PSA 10, Pop 85. And I like to look in here. This will just give you kind of like a quick snapshot of what the gem rate is, PSA 10, PSA 9. And you can get that grading arbitrage basically between the two things. You can use this tool to figure out where there are the biggest multipliers. I actually did a video not too long ago on this exact topic too, because people asked us, right? Not this one. Which one was the 10 to 9? It was more recently than this. This video. These cards are nearly guaranteed to get gem mint 10s. So I kind of walk through a whole process. I had gem rate data. I show you specific sets in a spreadsheet that are like 95% gem rate sets when you buy them raw. Tops now is sort of a cheat code. The black and white set out of Tops is a cheat code, which sounds surprising because of the black borders, these blank slates out of Diamond Kings. There's a lot of different stuff. So that's part of it too, is you can use gemrate.com. You can kind of look at some of the sets that have the highest gem rates and then figure out where the biggest multipliers are too. And those are the two things you need to marry together to have a yacht someday.
Cool. There you go. Get yourself a yacht, Matt Dirks. First, let's just get him a pack of cards. Can we get Matt a pack of cards?
We can start with a pack of cards.
We could start with a
Maybe you can grade some
constellation
of these.
parallel.
We'll see. All right. Mick Abel, Chandler Simpson, a Cade Horton on that UFO insert again, and then a Haesung Kim.
Okay.
All right. Time for our final giveaway of the night, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to Teapot to do the giveaway winners.
I got to update it. Sorry,
All right. I'll tell you what, while Teapot's doing that, let me also remind everybody, trivia is going to be taking place here in just a moment. I want you guys to go ahead and get into trivia. And the way you do that is you go to the member live page on Sports Card Investor. You go to sportscardinvestor.com/live. I'm going to pin that link in the YouTube chat. You have to be a Sports Card Investor member. You have to be a Market Movers member, I should say, to get into trivia tonight. But I do want everyone who is a Market Movers member to get yourself into trivia tonight. The link is now there in the YouTube chat to allow you to get into trivia. And get registered. Even if you're not good at sports card trivia, that's okay. Still join and play along with us if you're a Market Movers member, because we do pick one random person who plays tonight and we give them a chance to get a prize as well. So just join, have fun, play. We do have a nice bonus gift of a $100 Cards HQ gift card for our first place in trivia tonight. A $50 Cards HQ gift card for second place, and third place gets a $25 Cards HQ gift card. We'll also have a $25 Cards HQ gift card for one other random person playing trivia tonight. All of those gift cards can be used on cardshq.com. So you can order any of our cards from your home or any of our boxes from your home. They're all on cardshq.com. So click that link. It is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. Then from that link, click where it says enter trivia and go ahead and get yourself registered for trivia tonight. We'll start the trivia game. You got to scroll down the page a little bit once you click the link and go to where it says to play trivia. Click here to enter the trivia game. Click that link. By the way, if you did it before the show started, we updated the link right when the show started. So make sure you are on the January 2026 trivia. Get yourself registered for that.
I forgot I gotta pull all the other entries, so I got it. It's coming.
All right, TPott is still working on getting our entries going tonight. I'll just explain to you guys real quick while TPott's getting the final giveaway winners going tonight, how the trivia game works, just so everybody knows if you haven't played before. The trivia game is going to be 10 questions. Tonight we have a theme. The theme is around the price of recent sports card sales. That is the theme. So if you've been paying any attention to the market and you have an idea of what certain cards may be worth in the market, you're going to do really well on trivia tonight. If you like toying around with market movers and just kind of looking up random cards and market movers periodically, seeing what some of those iconic cards from the SCI 500 index are maybe worth what they've sold for recently, then you're going to do well at trivia tonight. So that is what tonight's trivia is all about. It's going to be 10 questions. You get points. Obviously, you got to answer the question correctly to get a point. But it's also about how quickly you answer correctly. So the quicker you select the right answer, the more points you get. The trivia game will automatically go through all 10 questions, and then at the end, it will show us the leaderboard of who has gotten the most questions correctly and how quickly they answered them, and that will go into your total point score, and will determine tonight's winners based upon that. So that trivia game will start here in just a minute, but first, let's see the winners of tonight's final giveaway of the night. How many packs in our final giveaway? 12. So we got 12 packs. And these ones we're going to ship out sealed, guys, so we can jump straight into trivia.
Yep. All right. We're going to go 3 times. 1, 2, 3. All right. We got Eric Carlon, King Louis, Lapierre Racing, Neil White, Kel 204, All Things Possible SC, D. DeMar 1, Ellie 66 Taylor, John B. Transactions, All Season Rips, Eric Harrison, and Hooks 5655. That's our list. So we will capture that and get those mailed out to you.
And if you are one of the 12, one of the top 12 on that list, or if you won any other prize tonight by asking a question that we answered, or you were part of one of our other giveaways tonight, make sure to fill out the prize winner form. We just put that in the YouTube chat once again. Fill out that prize winner form. That way we know how to get you your prize. If you win trivia tonight, also make sure you fill out this prize winner form. We'll put it back in the YouTube chat after trivia. That is all in the YouTube chat right now. Okay, final opportunity to get registered for trivia. We're going to start the game here in about 30 seconds. Once again, click the link on the top of the YouTube chat. It's pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. Scroll down on that page. This is for Market Movers members only. Scroll down on that page and click where it says enter the trivia game. Get yourself registered. We're going to start the game here in just a minute. We appreciate all you guys being part of our live stream tonight. We do these once a month. They're open to the public. And of course, our Market Movers members, we certainly appreciate you guys joining and being part of it as well. Our Market Movers members get to play in the trivia. Come on back for the next live stream. We do these typically towards the end of the month on Tuesday nights once a month. We always send out emails to our Market Movers members letting everybody know when we are going to go live. So we appreciate you guys joining tonight. Thank you all for your support. Good luck in trivia tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A little Price is Right trivia inspired by the virtual holiday sports card show, where we asked our contestants like TPott to guess the price of certain cards. That is what tonight's trivia is themed around, and I'm going to go ahead and get this game started Good luck, everybody, on tonight's trivia.
I don't feel good.
You don't feel good tonight, Teapot?
Prices. I haven't been on top of prices. I've been busy building the app.
Hopefully you got an opportunity to defeat Teapot.
All right.
Here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead and start the game now. All right, here we are. Let's see the winners.
Right.
Ghost in third place
five?
with 360 people.
Terrible.
360 points.
Caleb
Finnegan in second place, 392 points. First place is Baseball 500 with 468 points.
Almost 500 points.
Baseball 500, way to go.
Wow.
TPott in 6th place.
Are you serious?
TPott in
Golly.
6th place.
I got the
This was
Griffey wrong.
very difficult.
We
for
we
people.
literally talked about the Griffey on Spitball
So-
Cards, and I just
So here, listen to this. Listen to this. Baseball 500, who was in 1st place, got 6 out of 10 correct. So this is a lot higher miss rate on this one than normal.
Yeah.
Caleb in 2nd place got 7 out of 10 correct. He got the most correct out of anybody in the game, but he answered a little slower. So that's why Baseball 500 beat him.
he was using the new scanning
He was
feature on the
probably,
test
Caleb
flight.
was probably using market movers to look stuff up. He was just a smidge slow. Ghost got 5 out of 10 correct. My Padawan got 5 out of 10 correct. Steve Strickland 4 out of 10. TPott in 6th place with 4 out of 10. Nobody else got any more than 4 out of 10 correct. Peace Vibe only got 3 out of 10 correct, and he was in 7th place, but he answered quickly. Frog Tunic, Brian Veeder, Noah, Parker only got 3 out of 10 correct. Man, it's tough sledding here. Big C 7 cards. Cameron, who normally does well, he was down in 25th place. Where's Jordan Riker?
He was in here earlier.
Did he even enter?
He didn't want to. Maybe
I
Jordan
he's-
is Baseball 500.
I don't think he entered.
It's Jordan's burner.
I don't think he entered. I don't see him. But I will say this. What is interesting is that in the Whatnot stream earlier, Baseball 500 was in my Whatnot stream, and he said in the Whatnot chat, he goes, Jeff, are we doing Super Bowl sports card trivia tonight at the Market Movers? And I said, no. And he said, well, I went back and looked at what you did last January. And you did Super Bowl trivia, so I thought maybe you were going to do that again.
Ooh.
And I said, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm not. He was studying up
Yeah.
on Super Bowl trivia.
Smart. Still, he got it no matter
But
what.
I didn't do Super Bowl trivia, and he still came in 1st place. What a boss move by Baseball 500 right there.
Unbelievable.
Very impressive by
I
Baseball
tried coming
500.
over to our. I tried coming over to our SCI, just thinking maybe you just pulled some of the big numbers from here quick, and was making sure I knew some of these record sales. But then you went way more iconic.
Oh, I went everywhere.
I want to know what's the Gretzky O-Pee-Chee 9 go for?
Yeah, the Gretzky Topps 9 was only was at $48,000.
So hold on, 1979.
And once again, guys, I put that prize winner link back in the chat. So we've got Baseball 500.
150.
We got Baseball 500 winning. Caleb in 2nd, Ghost in 3rd.
Yep.
We got to pick a random one as well here tonight.
So how many you win? 5 or 4?
The
Four
top
plus-
3. The top 3 win, and then
Okay.
one random one.
All right. Top 3 and a random.
So we got Baseball 500, Caleb, Ghost. Give me a number, Nick, between 4 and let's see. Let's see what the last person to score a point was. 4 and 89.
Let's go 20.
No, number 20
Yep.
was KR3M. So KR3M, congratulations. KR3M got 4 correct. So KR3M got a prize tonight as well. If you're any of those names we mentioned, please fill out the prize winner form. If you are not, better luck next time. We'll be back doing this again next month on Market Movers Live. And that's it. That's what we got tonight, TPott. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, Nick, over there on the ripping desk. Appreciate you. And most importantly, thank all of you for watching, being part of the show tonight, and supporting what we do here at Market Movers and Sports Card Investor. We certainly appreciate it. And we'll see you soon with our next one. Good night, everybody.